Hi Kent, good morning sir. Andy Taylor here. I'm a project manager with Red Rock Roofing, where we stand for greatness. I'm here at your home in Longmont 2401 Sunset Drive, and I'm going to do a quick inspection video for the roof. Bear with me just briefly as I make my way up the ladder. So the gutters and roof look like they are the original. So what I want to point out right away is that there is a 15-pound felt paper under here. As you can see, that rips away really easily. It's just an obsolete product. It's not something that's used anymore. We actually use synthetic nowadays. So right away at the eaves here, you can see that all of these shingles, the glue, if you will, on these that have cured at this point, are no longer holding these shingles down. So that is definitely an issue at the eave. You are also missing, in the lack thereof, drip edge flashing that is now code. So flashing is 2x2 inch flange. It goes over the fascia, back under the shingle, and that simply encapsulates all the eaves and rakes. That's going to protect you from wind-driven rain, ice damming runoff, and ultimately water migration. Now, I noticed once I got up here that the home doesn't have any ventilation whatsoever, which brings me to my next point, is going to be the massive amount of heat blistering that's up here. Heat blistering is simply when air stagnates in the attic space and has to force its way through the shingle. And what that does is that actually forces through the shingle and makes these little popping holes, as you can see. So that's 5 or 6 granules all the way down to the fiberglass that have popped off the roof, and it is widespread across the roof here. So zero ventilation will do that every single time. With a lot of these shingles, when it was installed, they didn't do a very good job with these nails that are down here. So it's, again, widespread with that. This would be a perfect candidate for what we call a ridge vent. Ridge vent would go all the way across each ridge, and that would create a convection. So air coming in from the lower part, exiting out the very top, and creating this convection. That will cool down the inside bedrooms, cool down the living space on the inside, and really help for heating bills in the summer. And then also AC bills, heating bills in the winter, and then AC bills in the summer. So what you'll notice here is on the head wall here and the metals that are there, there's all kinds of moss down here. And moss, if you know, it eats away and different rocks and everything else. So you can see that the siding here is eaten away all the way across. Also, what I want to point out is you'll notice this line that's right here. That's from water that drips off the top down to the bottom, is actually keeping that spot right there clean. But this is a very vulnerable ice damming area as well. In the winter, it gets no sun from that side, so this ice damming just gets worse. And as this stuff melts off, it drops into it, and just as you can see, the difference in color on the shingles themselves. Now again, the drip edge that should be here goes over the fascia back under the shingle, encapsulating. Now, like I was saying, no ventilation is going to create all of this heat blistering. It's all over. There's also lots of thermal cracking on the roof. So I believe that this roof has definitely seen its best days. It definitely does need a replacement up here. And then again, there's more shingles all over that are flipping up, heat blistering. So real quick on the back side here, the gutters should be changed with this as well. As you can see, these nail brackets here, they are just coming out of the gutters. It's just no longer doing its job. Again, more of the siding that's just been eaten away. And you can again see where there's no gutter on this fascia here. And that is definitely letting water to erode the shingles as well. I found a spot right here on the top part where the shingles are completely disconnected from the roof itself and completely lifting up. So again, there's a nail that just was never installed correctly for it. So that's a really bad area right there. Up to the top, again, a lot of this heat blistering here. The south facing slope is really the worst because this is where the sun does get a chance to attack. And again, a lot of these shingles, the glue has cured on the roof here, so they're no longer sticking down. This can be a problem come next winter, because if water melts on this south side and gets into the system, you could have interior damage. You never want that. That can be thousands of dollars of unforeseen cost. There are a few shingles out here that have ripped off these 3 tabs. So that is definitely a problem out here with the wind that I've been seeing more and more this year. The boot jacks are still good, so they're still shedding water the way that they should. I'm always glad to see that. Other than that, there's not a lot to bring to your attention. I do, though, feel in my professional opinion that this 3-tab needs to be changed, do a new dimensional like the rest of these roofs that are over here. If you need help and want to take a shot with insurance, I can certainly do that. Let me know exactly what your thoughts are. Again, Andy Taylor with Red Rock Roofing. I apologize for the long video, but there was quite a bit to detail up here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and thank you again.